5555, Jacksonville.
Hey, we got a lot of work today, okay? This is when it should suck. Life should suck in training camp.
Not a game. We talking about practice.
Every day I'm hustling.
I think just for the young guys, it's the mental. You know, how much can they retain from the last time we were together in June to now? And then the vets just kind of picking up, you know, where they sort of where they left off and you know, maybe knocking a little rust off and getting back into it.
Looks, fires, deep downfield, got a man. That's Christian Kirk along the left sideline. Touchdown, Jacksonville! A 29-yard touchdown pass.
Man rush, throws downfield, looking for Thomas again. He's got it, and LSU strikes back quickly.
Now he wants to throw it back. And the ball picked off by the Jaguars. Josh Allen, has he done enough this year yet? He picked off the double pass and ran it back inside the 10-yard line. Dropping is Richardson, dropping, fires deep downfield, and that ball is intercepted by Tyson Campbell. He picked it off. He picked it off at the 43-yard line of the Indianapolis Colts.
Ball, man. Locked in for another 4 years. Love y'all. Ready to get to work. You know, bring the Super Bowl to Jacksonville, man. Duval.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, and
Hold my pocket!
Dylan Denmark.
Well, Tom McManus and Mike Dempsey both fresh into the studio from being out at Jaguars training camp this morning. Gentlemen, how bummed are you to be in this room right now instead of out at what is expected to be the most intense day of camp so far?
It's like one of those parties you couldn't get to at during high school. Like there was a big party going on, and for whatever reason, you just couldn't get there. You know, it's one of those dreams where you can't find your equipment to get out on the field. It's like a terrible dream.
I was gonna say I have a recurring dream. I just had it the other day.
Yeah.
And it's me. Sometimes it's me by myself. The other day it was me and ET. We're going to play golf.
Okay.
And it's like, come on, let's get like the sun is going to set by the time I just can't get there on time.
Yeah.
And no, Tony, I heard there was going to be hitting to the ground today. Mm-hmm. I saw McManus come in with a gleam in his eye. I said, I'm getting the hell out of here.
I came early too. I've been timing it up.
I know.
But I thought like maybe they're going pads. They're going to start hitting early.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be a drill.
No such luck.
Live tackling goal line today is what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, it is certainly expected to be the most intense day of camp so far.
I want the offensive line to win the majority of this.
I think since they put on pads, they've equaled things out pretty well. You know what I mean? I tell you what, we call for it, and it's happening. It's a physical camp. They are getting physical with each other. I think a lot more physical than they were last year.
You said the other day when they put on the pad, you were actually impressed by the amount of hitting and contact that was out there. Right?
Absolutely. And I tell you what, I think Sheriff's leading the charge. I really do. And his nose took a whack the other day, and he came right back out using it. Look, he's got a great headbutt, that guy. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like, I watch this stuff. Like,
linebackers look for this, Tony.
His first, when he, even in drills, when he first engages, it's hands and head at the same time. Kapow! And he just stones them. I mean, it's a great way to stop somebody dead in their tracks if they're not ready for it. And he and then after his nose got busted up, and he's still doing it, I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want every O-lineman to be like on my team. Be like him, because that's what it takes to get it done in the NFL.
I hope, Tony, Anton Harrison didn't follow that, because in the concussion protocol and out for practice today. Hopefully a quick return for him.
Yeah, a couple of days, it sounds like, at least for
all Anton. Of our heads are built differently. Let's just say that. Look at mine.
No doubt, Sheriff next to him, slamming his head into everybody. He's like, let me try that. Oh,
no, that's
not
for
me. In a couple days.
You know what? It's not for everybody. You got to find a different way to get the thing done. But, no, they've been physical, man. In both sides of the ball. I like it. And look at today. Goal line scrimmage, tackling to the ground. Last year, it took them to the last day of camp to do any of that. I think it's a much different camp, and I really like it.
And I think it makes sense given, what they talked about throughout the entire offseason. We got to be tougher. We got to figure out what that's going to look like. We have to be more physical. They saw a team at the end of last year that kind of wilted in those areas as a team. So it makes sense that they start this year in training camp by doing all the red zone work, right? You throw the offense right into the fire at the beginning of camp. And now, the first day in pads, it's like, all right, guys, goal line. Get after it today. So after seeing what the weaknesses were for the football team last year, they seem like they're attacking those kind of things directly to start training camp here in 2024.
Yeah, and look, they weren't, I don't know if they were in full pads, but they were in uppers, and they were getting after it that, what was that, Wednesday, Tuesday? No, it was Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, they were getting after it, man. It was a nice little fisticuff, couple of them. They were getting pretty physical. So, and you're right. What did Doug say all offseason? Physical. We're physical. It's going to be physical. I do think you develop grit in training camp. I do. I do think you develop that emotional and mental and even physical toughness during training camp. And you got to find the balance like we talk about, right? You can't have guys hurt. I understand that. But you come out of camp ready to go, I think, when you have a little physicality in it.
I know we'll hear from Doug Peterson. He spoke this morning before practice, but one of the themes, Tony, was talking about finishing, right? And that is finishing a play, finishing a block,
a
finishing the season, right? Finishing when you got an opponent down, putting your foot on their throat,
on their necks.
There you go. So I think it all plays into that theme.
Yeah, and that's what we want, right? That's our what was our identity last year? We didn't have one. We didn't have one. This year we're going to have an identity, and it's going to be a physical, tough football team.
Like you asked the question, my first thought was they were 8-3. Right? Like that was kind of their identity, is they were really good, in the first half of the season, and then things kind of fell apart for them because it did feel like a team that, especially in the back part of the year, they didn't have any of those kind of things to fall back on. Now, all the injuries they were having to deal with, that's part of it, but as you talk about, Tommy, that's no excuse for the team to not find a way to win one more game, then you're a playoff team.
Yeah, and look, we are what our record is. So then 8-3 was totally legit. It just felt like a clunky 8-3. Defense kind of stepped up, offense was up and down. Then things started happening, and then we know how it ended. So I like the theme. Finish everything, man. Full speed or nothing. But you like that? That's a good one. Thanks. Metallica, of course. But I think it's good. I think, look, it's a violent sport. You can be as finesse, zone blocky, speed demon as you want. But at the end of the day, if you out-hit the opponent, you got a better chance of winning when you don't. I mean, it's simple. That'll never change, I don't think, in the game of football.
The third day of camp in pads today for the Jags. A chance tomorrow for fans to see them inside the stadium for the first time, with training camp practice tomorrow morning inside of Everbank at 9:30. If you want to attend, you still do have to register like you do for a training camp practice by going to Jaguars.com and signing up to go. So if you hadn't got that done yet and you want to go out and see them at training camp tomorrow, then get out there and register, and we'll see you in the morning. It was an off day for the Jags yesterday, but we still have plenty of sound we can get into on the show this morning. We'll hear from Doug Peterson, what he had to say before practice this morning. We'll also let you hear from Travis Etienne, who spoke after practice on Wednesday. Hayes caught up with Josh Hines-Allen on Wednesday after practice. Trevor Lawrence chatted with Brian Baldinger a couple days ago as well. We will get into some of what they all had to say this morning on the show, but let's start with the head coach, Doug Peterson. Speaking before training camp practice this morning, we mentioned he doesn't go into Anton in this first answer he gave, but he was asked for an injury update to begin his press conference this morning.
Yeah, Ventrell just had some hamstring tightness. He'll be limited, but he'll be out there. Dewey has the knee right now, and he's going to be out a while. Yeah. Don't know the time frame yet, but he'll miss some significant time here in camp. Yeah, Cooper has the back still, just trying to calm it down before we put him back out there.
Significant time here in camp. I like the way that was phrased, as opposed to maybe, thinking about the injured list and, you go on that before the season, you're done.
Right.
He's had at least the first few practices, he was all over the place. Yeah. Wingard was. Getting his hands on the football.
Oh, Andrew, yeah. Wingard, you said.
Wingard,
okay.
yeah.
I thought you were talking about, what's his name?
Anton?
No, Ventrell, I thought he said it was. Yeah, I thought he was talking about Ventrell, but
okay.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I was thinking Wingard with
the knee.
Yeah, with the knee. Anton Harrison, he weighed in on him as well today. Said he had been having a good camp, but now in the concussion protocol.
He's been doing good up until last week. He's actually going to be in the protocol. So he was another one. So he'll be out for these next couple of days. But he's been doing really good. He's been probably one of the more consistent offensive linemen so far this year. He missed a lot of the offseason with the with the shoulder and the surgery and all that. But he came back in the right frame of mind and has been doing some good stuff. And going against Josh and Trayvon and the guys, only going to make him better.
You never want one of your starters to go down, but at least here, you plug in Walker Little and you're like, all right. If we got to miss a guy, this is one spot we feel like we got.
Is that who they plugged in this morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. At least they're right tackle. That's certainly, we've seen enough of Walker playing both tackle positions.
Yeah.
Left is like he's just kind of at right tackle. From what we've seen him, left tackle, he's as good as Cam just as a player. At left tackle in my mind, but right tackle he does struggle a little bit more.
I think you're going to see some Mason Foster at right tackle too. I'd want a good look at him. I mean, hey, injuries happen, guys are out. It's not like he's going to take over, but let's see what the rookie can do in real, full speed.
Oh, he's going to get plenty of reps here. Shoulders a little bit compared to some of the other guys, but in the full pads, you don't really notice it.
He's really athletic too, man. He looks pretty interesting. But yeah, look, it's. As part of I wonder if it's that helmet. They're messing around with the helmets. They got the new helmet,
Guardian caps,
which doesn't use the cap, and then the old helmets they're using the cap, is what I've been told. So the new helmets concussions are real, so you got to be careful with that. And Anton, hopefully, he's out of the protocol sooner than later.
Yeah, we'll continue to keep our eyes on the timeline this morning as well, as it is an intense day out at training camp practice for the Jags. So whatever information we see throughout the show this morning, we'll pass that along to you. As far as our question of the day today, brought to you by Chad and Sandy Real Estate, what is your biggest takeaway from the first week and a half of training camp? We also have a bonus question this morning because the Jags are asking, we'll ask too, where would you prefer for the Jaguars to play their home games in 2027? Gainesville or Orlando are the two cities they have it narrowed down to. We've known that's probably the case for a while now, but we'll put that out again. The Jags are asking to get an idea of what they would like to try to do when they have that season where they're not going to be able to play here in Jacksonville in 2027. So we'll get into both of those as we get into the show this morning as well. Doug Peterson, more from him on the other side as we really get it rolling here on Jaguars Today, here on 1010 XL.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Now, a 1010XL Summer Olympic Update brought to you by USAPark.net Airport Parking.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2024 Summer Games. Simone Biles becomes the first U.S. gymnast with 6 gold medals. She wins the individual all-around for the second time after pulling out of the final in Tokyo.
3 years ago, I never thought I'd step foot on a gymnastics floor again just because of everything that had happened. But at the end of the day, it is crazy that I am in the conversation of greatest of all athletes because I just still think I'm Simone Biles from Spring, Texas that loves to flip.
At 27, Biles is the oldest woman to win the all-around since 1952. Suni Lee takes the bronze. In the pool, Katie Ledecky gets the silver as part of the 200-meter freestyle relay, her 13th Olympic medal, a record for American women. And 57 straight Olympic wins for the U.S. women's basketball team to lock up a spot in the quarterfinals. With this Summer Games update, I'm Brad Heller, Westwood One Sports.
Life hack number 7. Get an iPhone 12 on Straight Talk.
Life hack.
Here's how it works. You walk into Walmart, go to the electronics section, ask for iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system, and select the new Silver Unlimited plan. They'll smile because it's a good plan. You get real unlimited data all for just $20 a month for the whole first year. Get it at Walmart or StraightTalk.com. Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Taxes and fees apply. Requires activation of iPhone 12 and a new Silver Unlimited plan or higher end auto pay enrollment. $25 a month service credit applied for up to 12 months if eligibility requirements are met. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not a rate based on Terry who keeps and makes the car behind them. Oh no, they're about to. Save with DriveWise and the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you. Not available.
available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com, WM.com, and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's The Mangler. Go Team WM, and as always, Duval!
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
RJ Saunders here, sports lovers. I recently took a tip from Frank Frangie when I needed to send flowers to my mother. Frank told me that Kuhn Flowers is the only florist he ever uses. So that's what I do now. I use Kuhn Flowers. Find them online at KuhnFlowers.com.
We love talking sports on 1010XL, and I9 Sports loves giving kids the perfect way to grow up playing sports. Fall and winter registration is underway. Log on to i9sports.com and see all they've got to offer. Kids 3 and up. You can enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Year-round sports all across the First Coast. St. John's, Duval, and Clay. Sign up now for fall and winter. Great locations added like Fort Family Field, Westside Middle, and Duval Charter Bay Meadows. It's all online at i9sports.com.
Fish are good at hiding. Captain Kevin can help you find them.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Find more fish on the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show.
Thursday nights at 6.
Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss on 1010XL AM.
Hey, it's Tony from Tony D's Pizza. If you love our pizza and pasta dishes, let us cater an event for you. Family function or office parties, we can deliver you an amazing Italian meal. Remember, it's not just pizza at Tony D's. Bay Meadows and $2.95.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
Your cooling system isn't working. Maybe somebody showed up with a portable electronic device. Then they discussed with you what your options are. Maybe they gave you an estimate that seems like an awful lot of money. What's the smart thing to do? When the situation merits a second opinion, get a Mike Merritt opinion. Yes, the Mike Merritt Comfort Team shows up with hand tools. We've never been able to fix an air conditioning problem with a tablet. Mike Merritt has been the trusted name for more than 30 years because there's never any hocus pocus. The Merritt team will walk you through the diagnostic steps up close and personal and show you exactly what you need. And the Mike Merritt price is likely to be far less because there's never an overtime charge, and the Merritt team doesn't work on commission. So remember, when it comes to the health of your cooling system, a second opinion can only help, and a Mike Merritt opinion can save you money. Florida license CACO 50384.
Get your first look at the team inside Everbank Stadium during our 2024 stadium practice Saturday, August 3rd. The season is almost here. Don't miss your chance to see the players up close before they take the field this fall. Stadium practice is free to attend, and seats are going fast, so register for tickets at jaguars.com/training camp. We can't wait to see you there.
The Reggie Hunt Memorial Golf Classic fundraiser golf tournament is Friday, October 25th at Amelia River Golf Club. All proceeds support Big Brothers Big Sisters. Register at the Big Brothers Big Sisters events page.
Hey folks, Curtis Dvorak here. Are you a golfer, a pickleball player, or a concert lover? Well, if you said yes to any of those, join me for the first ever Patriot Games on Saturday, September 21st at the Yards in Ponte Vedra. All proceeds benefit Operation New Uniform, which is a transition training program for service members, veterans, and military spouses. For more information, visit onuvets.org. That's onuvets.org. Hope to see you there.
Hey, David again with Royal Pest Services. TAP Insulation stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Keep your home cool, noise out, and pests dead. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to schedule a free inspection.
1010XL is presented by Barra & Barra, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mac in the Middle, Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
All right, here we go. Wrapping up the week on Jaguars Today. We'll get to the head coach, Doug Peterson, here momentarily. I think I have it right today, Tony. I think I'm watching real live Olympic golf.
I believe so.
Yesterday, I was so excited. Oh, Xander's got a 3-shot lead on the field. That was from Tokyo 4 years ago as they were in a weather delay. But he is second to Hideki Matsuyama right now. Xander, the leader in the clubhouse, so to speak, at 11 under, tied with Tommy Fleetwood. I believe Matsuyama just birdied what would have been 17 and got to 13 under. I think he's got one hole to play. So, as
I didn't know that was the Olympic golf. I didn't know.
You just thought it was golf? Just some regular,
what is this
random golf on there.
Why are they lifting
golf?
weights
Then I saw the
between
rings.
shots?
I never understood, golf seemed like a no-brainer for the Olympics forever. I mean, why would I mean, it's
right.
self-contained, takes place over 4 days.
And it's worldwide.
It's worldwide,
Yeah.
right. There's great golf played all over the world. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm rooting for Xander because right now Scheffler is, I think he's 5 under, and I had a mini putter toss right there. I saw him coming off a green right there. Not a Dempsey where back in the day I've been known to fire one down the fairway on occasion.
No, not you.
Oh yeah, but Scheffler, the next best American at 5 under. Right now, and doesn't look like he's going to make a deep run.
So the sprinters are. I don't want to give it away, but the sprinters are going now. I think so. Those are the ones I want to see. I don't want to give it away, but they're only doing the prelims right now. But
yeah, they got the first round August 2nd and 3rd.
Is that today?
Yes.
Man, I love the sprinters. That's like a. I don't know.
It's like it's pure athleticism.
Oh,
I mean, it's super relatable. You're the fastest person in the world,
right?
Or you're not.
Right.
I mean, but you know what I mean? Like,
I'm a 6 fastest.
You're the fastest 100. And generally, they give it to the guy who runs the 100, the fastest. That bear's chasing you. You better be able to do more than 100.
Yeah, no kidding.
Say that.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
it'll be fun.
Picking and choosing. Watch a little women's basketball yesterday.
Did
they
you?
ran that winning streak out to some absurd number right
Yeah.
now. But Belgium gave them a little run. So we'll see how it
the
goes.
gymnastics has been great. They've been fun to watch.
Yeah, I guess now they do the individual events. Right. The all-around is the GOAT taking it down. Simone Biles. She's married to somebody on the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, he better get his ass to camp because he's going to get cut.
He's the dude. He was that dude,
he's
right?
not some
Cheering
superstar.
away.
I'd be like, get going.
Well,
What are you doing?
Michael Wilson, who's he married to? The Arizona receiver.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's in his second year.
Oh.
His wife is a big Olympian as well. And he's like, too big a year. I can't, I'm
it's great that she's
going
in
into
the
my
Olympics.
second year.
And
right.
I'm glad you're supporting her, but maybe I don't know. It's hard to make a team when you're not there.
It is. It's a pretty.
I know, but
it's
you're
a
not.
Pretty big deal.
I don't think your place is cemented.
I understand.
The team.
Right.
I mean, you could do both. Yeah, I guess.
It depends on how long you're going for.
She's a soccer player.
I'd be back.
Is she a soccer? Oh, it's what's her name? Sophie Smith.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
Oh, the soccer.
Right, the one who did all the commercials with Alex Morgan for Reese's. Right. Leading up to it.
Right.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Maybe the best that they have.
Yeah.
Super goal scorer. But
yeah,
and he's like,
oh,
hey.
well.
Well, the thing, soccer plays out over multiple weeks.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe you go for the gold medal match.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, if you're the Cardinals, offer up a private jet. You know, I think that would go a long way. You know, wouldn't that play well in the? Or would you think the teammates would look at him and go?
Depends who it is. You know, it just depends who it is, I think.
And he's a young guy.
Yeah.
He's expected to probably start for them opposite Marvin Harrison.
Yeah. I mean, I could see them sending a private jet for a star player that they're going to get a return on that investment, but I don't know.
Hear you. I don't know. I feel like that would just send a nice signal to the organization and the players. Like, you know, if it comes to something really big, we're going to take care of you. We're going to give you that opportunity to do that. This is a once-in-a-lifetime potential, you know, and for Sophie Smith, and maybe several
what
Olympiads
about, and I've
she's
never had this happen, but what about the birth of your child?
It's a tough one.
You're the
right?
starting QB of an NFL franchise, and you got a child due.
You got to plan this, man. I don't like
the
January. I'm just saying I don't like the January due date here in Duval.
No, I wasn't even saying Trevor, but obviously we are. No, I get it. I wasn't really thinking about Trevor.
You know how long this process takes.
That is part of it. I mean, what's the right thing to do?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Honey, I love you to death, but I got to go win a Super Bowl.
I mean, I feel like that your job. There's certain jobs that, like, I get it's your kid, and you're only going to have that opportunity to see the birth of your kid that moment. You know, I wouldn't have wanted to miss the birth of my child for anything, but I don't have that kind of job. It's a tough one, man.
Well, I mean, then equate it to, you know, your wife's in the Olympics. I mean, that's pretty big too. But so is childbirth.
But I think your wife's in the Olympics is below. You're the quarterback on a team who's in the playoffs. Like, everything's on you. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah.
Like, I feel in that circumstance, it's one thing in the regular season almost, you know, and I don't know, man.
It's a tough one.
It would be a tough one.
Like, I think teams in the past have given players that had significant others that were competing at that kind of level, whatever it would be, Olympics or whatever it is, that they would allow that if they couldn't get to the event itself, that they would host it somewhere where get all your guys together in the room. Let's all watch it together.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's cool, too.
Like, we're all rooting on the same side for this one individual in this one special moment. You know, that kind of thing. And then they'll have to figure out whatever that's going to look like, especially if they win on the other side of that kind of thing, you know. But, yeah, that's a tough call.
I remember a few guys missed a practice, but practice is no big deal. But for their birth, and then they came right back, you know, they'd go see the birth.
Yeah, and that's fun. Like, that's to me, like, if
you go back to work.
If it's the off season, or even if it happens to fall in the middle of the week, that's one thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like football. I feel like pro athletes. Like, if this is going to be an issue, and like baseball, you're playing 162 games.
Right.
You miss one game, you know, unless it's the end of September, right? I mean,
unless it's a really big game.
I feel like some planning should go into that.
Austin Riley had that a couple days ago with the Braves. He was gone. He left in the ninth inning of a game. He was back the next day, right, for his wife giving birth. But that's why he left. It was happening now. They just happened to be in Atlanta. He was lucky they were all there, you know, at the same time with those kind of things going on. But he didn't even miss a game. By the way, he got hot coming out of it, too. The next day, he had a double and a home run for the baby.
More to play for, baby.
You know, that
More
first
to play
day.
for. Love it.
All right, we got some Dougie P coming up, but why don't we hold that over to the other side here? We'll take a break here as we spent the time kicking around. Very important. When should an NFL player be allowed?
Would you like to hear the
miss
first
practice?
big defensive play of the morning?
I would like to hear that. Tyler Lacey? Is that the
Tyler
one?
Lacey with a tackle for loss in team drills. The coaching staff apparently went nuts.
All right.
When they saw it there for Tyler. This I saw from Shipley and a couple other places. Looking at Shipley's timeline, Joshua Cephas with a great catch in the corner of the end zone against DeAndre Prince in one-on-ones. Then DeAndre Prince just made an insane one-handed interception in one-on-one.
That's what you want to hear, right?
Good job.
You got me, I got you right back.
Yeah, big comeback.
That's what you want to hear.
And then the first fourth and short today goes to the Jaguars offense. ETN got it by a few yards.
Okay.
So,
Eat it, defense.
Getting physical,
Eat it.
baby. Getting physical.
Come on, baby.
I like
Offensive line, strength
Smash
of
mouth
this team.
football.
I'm just trying to speak it into existence. All right, let's come back and hear from the head coach of your Jacksonville Jaguars, including what he has seen from the offensive line throughout training camp so far. Tom McManus is with us. Tony Smith, Dylan Denmark, Mike Dempsey. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
Did you know you can charge the all-new Honda Electric Prologue in the same receptacle as your phone? You don't need any special charging stations at your home. Simply plug in your Honda or your phone. See your local Honda dealer now. We're electrified.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Former Jaguars corner and first-year head football coach at Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows, K-12, Aaron Beasley here. Are you looking for an A-rated K-12 school prioritizing academics, arts, and athletics? Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows offers a rigorous curriculum to develop strong minds with an additional focus on growing good hearts. DCSB has been an A school for 8 years, and our tuition is free. Now enrolling. Apply at baymeadowscharter.org.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Where on your body is the weenus? The answer next.
When you call Southern Oak and file a claim, you'll be handled by our hand-picked vendors who will analyze any roof, storm, or water damage. It'll save money for you.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The weenus is your elbow skin and can be pinched as hard as you want, and it will never cause pain.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Hello, sports fans. Hicken here. Let's talk skin. Iron Beach's Dermatology are reminding you to wear your sunscreen. If you're an active parent hanging at the fields, in your boat to fish, or like to chill at the sandbar, wear sunscreen. But if you're the one that decided for years it's not cool, guess what? Cancer isn't cool either. So when grabbing the clubs for your tea time, gassing up the boat, or grabbing the chairs for your kids' games, make sure you bring the screen. Any concerns now? Give Beaches Dermatology a call online at beachesdermatology.com.
You've heard fish stories, and Captain Kevin has a million of them.
We love to tell stories, hear your stories.
On the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show.
Big fish.
Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Thursday nights at 6.
On 1010XL AM.
If you're looking for custom metalwork, look no further than Superior Fence and Rail. Whether it's custom railing, shade structures, or custom entry gates, their expert team controls the turnkey process. From CAD design and raw metal to powder-coated finish and expert installation. When you choose Superior Fence and Rail for your custom metal project, you get a project that's, well, superior. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail today.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, presented by FIS, is home this weekend at 121 Financial Ballpark. Tonight is Red Shirt Friday with post-game fireworks. Tomorrow, it's back to school night as the first 2,000 fans gets a water bottle plus more fireworks, courtesy of Wolfson Children's Hospital. Then, it's a Baptist Health Sunday Family Fun Day. JackShrimp.com for tickets. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable family fun.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's challenger, a paint color namer from Jacksonville, Florida. Meet Irving Stapler.
Hi, Howie.
So the next round is word association. I'll say a word and you give me the first word you think of. Engagement ring.
Jeweler.
Gas station.
Fueler.
Aaron Burr.
Dueler?
Air conditioning.
Wow. Jeez. That's a toughie.
Come on, Irv. The sponsor's going to kill me now.
Oh, Bueller.
That's right, Irv. If your AC is struggling through the summer heat, the first name you should think of for fast, friendly, 5-star service is Bueller Air and Plumbing. The name to know to make sure you are cool.
Have a beer, Irv.
Cooler.
Stay cooler with Bueller. Visit BuellerAir.com.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance painting.
Hey gang, Hicken here for Zero Res. Man, it is hot outside this time of the year. Many of us are staying inside or going to the pool. Well, my friends at Zero Res are also heating things up. As you know, Zero Res does a great job of cleaning carpets and rugs. But they also clean luxury vinyl planking, tile and grout, fine stone and hardwood floors. And right now, the hottest price of the year, 25% off all hardwood cleaning. That's 25% off tile, LVP, fine stone, and hardwood floors. Zero Res, man, spell it forward. Zero Res, spell it backward. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
For the greenest, lushest lawn on the block, choose the local legends, Roundtree Sod. Don't just settle for ordinary. Let Roundtree Sod deliver you a picture-perfect lawn. To get a free estimate, call 7414-SOD. 7414-SOD.
This is Dr. James Perry, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Ahead of training camp today, head coach Doug Peterson met with media this morning and talked on the importance of the short yardage running game and how important it'll be to see the physicality in pads.
Just the ability to come off football, and really, this is an area that we've talked about, short yardage, and the first time we get to see it, in this situation with the pads on. So, the physicality, the play scheme, play design, what we're doing. Again, we're not scheming, right? We're just putting in a short yardage, goal line type menu, that we want to use during preseason. But definitely want to see the physicality coming off the ball and, seeing if we can move the pile.
Sound courtesy of Jaguars.com. I'm Molly McDonald with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars Update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now more Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
All right, I could have gone with beep, 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 as Hideki Matsuyama is backing up to the field right now as he just dumped his third shot on a par 4 into a little lake short of a green. So,
that's Scheffler or Shoffley?
That is Scheffler.
Yeah, that was a nice
He
shot.
stuck that to about a foot.
Jeez.
Need more of that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Tommy, you're getting the experience of Dempsey's favorite sporting event might be the Ryder Cup.
It probably is.
Right, in the world, because it's USA team sports, right? It's team golf, that kind of thing. The Olympics is the next closest thing to that, because this is all just USA versus
I'm
the
just
world.
rooting for whoever's got the stars and stripes,
and
man.
you just saw Matsuyama hitting that ball, and he's like, yes!
I was thrilled. I was happy. I'm not gambling on it. I don't have anything on it. I just want Shoffley to win the gold, or Scheffler or any of the Americans. I don't care who it is.
Yeah, right.
So I actively was rooting for Matt. In fact, the previous shot, I requested a snap hook into the water, but he just came up short, and then he dumped the next one, which was even better. So, I'm definitely a hater. Tony Smith threw out the questions of the day today, which you can reply to in any number of fashions. You can get on board at 641-1010 on the Garber Auto Mall phone lines or on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Hop in the YouTube virtual studio chat. Or hit us up on social media at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, at Meathead55, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws, baby.
I'm
What were some of the earlier ones this week? Did I miss any good questions?
We'll get around. We got to get to Dougie P. But for today, biggest takeaway from the first week and a half of training camp. That's your primary question of the day. And the bonus one in poll form, which we're getting a lot of feedback on right now. The Jags are asking this morning, and so will we. Where would you prefer for the Jaguars to play their home games in 2027? Simply Gainesville or Orlando. Daytona's not an option for you. So vote accordingly, whichever one suits your fancy.
Win a Super Bowl title, and it doesn't matter.
Well, sure, right? And
that's the way I look at it.
I saw somebody tweet out something like, it'd be the ultimate Jag thing to do to win the Super Bowl in a year when they're at Camping World Stadium. So, so coming into the brand new Stadium of the Future as the defending Super Bowl champs wouldn't be pretty amazing?
Yeah, and if you think that'll have any effect on the party that would be going on
Hell
4
no.
months in the city.
No. Hell no. Eat your
I'm
heart out,
saying
Bianchi,
win one
'cause we're
before
leaving.
that.
That's fine, too.
Whatever.
Win one
Play
this
wherever
year.
you're Timbuktu
Win two
for all I
before
care.
that, all right? Let's get to Doug Peterson speaking this morning on a variety of issues, and so he's fielding them as they come, depending on what people are asking him. But we'll start here with Trevis Gibson. We're wondering who that third pass rusher will be, and Doug said so far he's seen some good things out of him.
Doing some good things. Obviously Bill is familiar with him. Had him in Chicago, and a big part of why he's here. But he's doing some really good things. Continuing to learn the defense. You're seeing him affect some pass rush. With our tackles, and has really been probably one of the brighter spots. With those backup type guys. On the defensive line.
I would tend to agree with you, Mike, when you talked about wanting to see the offensive line be the dominant group today.
Yeah.
Out there at practice for the Jags as the intensity ratchets up. They're going to be putting a lot of goal line, short yardage situations. They're on the offensive side of the ball, tackling to the ground for the first time in training camp 2024. And Coach was asked this morning about what can be taken away from what they see from the offensive line today in practice.
Just the ability to come off football, and really, this is an area that we've talked about, short yardage, and the first time we get to see it, in this situation with the pads on. So, the physicality, the play scheme, play design, what we're doing. Again, we're not scheming, right? We're just putting in, a short yardage goal line type menu, that we want to use during preseason. So, but definitely want to see the physicality coming off the ball, and seeing if we can move the pile.
It's good to get our man John Shipley back out there. He was in studio with us yesterday. And, Tony, you referenced that first touchdown or the first short yardage opportunity. ETN picked it up easily. This is a series of 3 tweets in a row from Shipley. ETN with the TD from the 2-yard line in the first goal line rep. Okay. Tank gets the second one, leaps in over the pile to score. Okay. And then third, Ventrell Miller makes an eye-popping stop. He used the little googly eyes on Dearness Johnson, physical tackle.
Good.
So,
Good, yep.
I like that. That's the right ratio. ETN, get your ass in the end zone, right?
Yeah.
Tank, get in there too. And all right, we'll stuff Dearness Johnson, right?
Yeah. Hey, listen, that's how you can open up some minds on those goal line scrimmages, man. Come up with a big hit.
You probably loved it, right?
I swear, in 1995, I think that's how I made the team, because I didn't, all you had to do was come up and hit people. There wasn't a lot of passing. There wasn't a lot of sweeps. It was in between the tackles, and
that was your game.
That was my game. So, you come up with a big hit in practice. I could see why the coaches went excited for Lacey earlier, and I bet you they went really nuts for Ventrell with a big hit. That's good.
By the way, Patrick Murtaugh reportedly went down in practice and needed a cart to get off the field.
Oh, no. Bummer.
And apparent lower body injury. And Demetrius Harvey tweeted that out. Ship followed up. The entire team came to check on him and dapped him up before he leaves the field. So that's one where you get the sense that they know it's probably something significant.
Yeah, not fun.
And would signal the end of the let's play around with what we want to do on the kickoffs.
Right. He was the guy that was doing some alternate kickoffs out there. By the way, do you see Cam Little back on social media again last night?
Oh, yeah. What did he say? Something about
F the Texans. Am I doing this right?
Oh.
I don't know if the coaches think you are,
great.
But the fan base thinks you're doing it really well right now.
Yeah.
He spelled the whole thing out, by the way, for your edification. So let's get back to Christian Braswell. Here's a guy who's had some buzz, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about this with John Shipley yesterday. Tom, coming in, the cornerback room was one of the biggest question marks. Right now, we've got a lot of guys that are playing very well, and you actually feel like you're developing some depth. We heard DeAndre Prince had a really nice play today. Obviously, Ronald Darby's been one of the standouts at camp.
Totally.
Tyson Campbell as well. And then you got Jarian Jones, Braswell making a name for himself. So Doug weighed in on some of the things he has seen from Braswell at this point.
He's done some nice things, both defensively and special teams, and young player that, is in that developmental situation. We want to give him opportunity, nickel defense, playing the nickel spot, and then on special teams. And he's been doing a good job, His name may not come up a lot, but, you watch him and you see what he's doing, and he's a good athlete and putting himself in a good position.
Like that's got to have that versatility, right? Got to play a little special teams.
Yeah.
And, and it's interesting, though, that they're looking at him as an option at nickel.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's going to start there, but they're probably confident that if we need to play him,
Yeah.
You know, based on what he's showing, we can do that, and he can be active on game day because he's going to contribute on teams as well.
Yeah, he's had some injuries his first year or two, hadn't he? Like trying to stay on the field, trying to stay healthy. I know the one pick he had on Trevor and the one-on-one with Christian Kirk, that was tremendous coverage. Granted, there's no rush, but that's an advantage to the offense, not the defense. And it was one-on-one in the middle of the field, and he broke right with Kirk. It was a great play. I don't think it was a bad throw. It was just a great play by Broswell. And those things, like a big hit by Miller, those things, they don't forget those things, right? Those are implanted in their minds. You're like, I remember that play. I vividly remember it. I can see it in my mind. Those things stick in the coaches' minds.
Yeah, and it's the nature of one-on-one. The ball is going to get thrown.
Yeah.
Right? Even if your coverage is perfect on the play, the ball is going to get thrown.
Yep.
Make the play when you put yourself in that kind of position. Last night, if you were watching the Hall of Fame game, we all saw the NFL unveiling the new kickoff rules in the NFL for the first time. And Doug Peterson was asked about what he saw from that last night.
Didn't see a lot. I thought it was interesting. Just, they worked the punter, the 12th guy, a couple times there. I think there was some movement early by I think the Bears had some movement, early, and it's going to be new, right? And I think you look at it, and obviously a shortened game, but you look at it and you just try to see if there's anything when you watch it, any takeaways that we could possibly get from it. Both teams didn't show a whole lot. I think they were just trying to execute the drill, quite honestly, and. I don't think the actual, yard line moved much. I don't think it got past the 30 much, the ones I saw. So it's going to be interesting. Everybody's in the same boat, kind of figuring it out.
He's probably right. It's probably very vanilla right now. Yeah. But, I watched it last night. I'm like, oh, what was the hubbub about? I think the long return was 31 yards.
Yeah.
What I did find interesting was that the Texans received the opening kick. And your opponents, the Bears, are on the 40. You're on the Texans 40. Right. So the Texans have to line up their at least 9 guys somewhere between the 30 and the 35-yard line. And what they did is they lined up their guys, I think all of them on the 35, but as soon as the ball either hits the ground or it's touched, that's when you can move. And they all sprinted back towards their own goal line 5 yards and kind of set up in a different position. The Bears didn't do that. I saw a couple of occasions where they almost like a pulling guard. A guy would run behind the formation, and they're trying to set up a little mini wedge or whatever they're trying to do. But, just interesting to see how it plays out. But, we probably really won't know what impact it's going to have until at least week 1.
No, saw 3 or 4 penalties on it last night, too. Yeah. Where the false start is actually in play.
If you take off early.
Right, like those kind of things. And you did see a bunch of young guys that are out there that they've been doing kickoffs the same way they've been doing kickoffs their whole life, and now it's a new thing. And so you did see some of that anxiety with, guys that it wouldn't be surprising that there would be players playing special teams last night that if they make the team, that's what they'll be doing.
Yeah.
That's what their job is going to be. If you're going to play, you're going to have to do this and do it at a high level if you're going to make the team even. So it is a different kind of evaluation, and you still have to have whatever guys you need to do the punt coverage and all those different things too. Like, it just adds this new wrinkle to how are we going to use different guys to do this very different thing.
Yeah, the coverage was good, but and I do think, I get it. There were some big hits. There are always going to be some big hits. You were talking about, it doesn't take you that long to get to full speed.
Full speed, right.
But I got to believe that those times that guy gets that 40-yard sprint, whatever it is, and that's
compared to 10,
right?
15.
And I just there's a little something more to that, and they don't always get that clean shot, but those are the kill shots that they're trying to take out of it.
It sounds like the team that was, kind of setting up a wall. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just a condensed version of kickoff return. What do you do on a normal kickoff return? You run back and set up a wall. Now you just got to do it quicker. You're doing it in 5 yards.
Right. It's just it's interesting because Chicago didn't do that. Yeah. Chicago kind of braced and blocked from that position that they were already in. All right, one more from Doug Peterson before we hit the break here. Was asked about how he's building relationships with new players, and I guess Ronald Darby in this got singled out.
I just think that you have to, as head coaches, you have to build those relationships and those bonds with the players. And we had Darby there in Philly and helped us win a championship, and he was one of the reasons why, obviously, and to understand them, what they go through. My experiences having played in this league for a while, and just knowing what they go through. Understanding and listening to players, I think, goes a long way. Giving them a voice of some extent, so they can voice things to me. I think it's important. And I think all of that plays a factor in why guys want to be here, or the relationships that I have with players.
There you go, Doug Peterson. Yeah. We'll get to some Josh Hines-Allen, a little Travis Etienne coming up in hour number 2. Just a further update on Patrick Murtaugh from Justin Lewis on Twitter. Put an air cast on the right foot as they were taking him out on the cart. So
broken ankle, maybe.
Who knows, right? Yep. But wish him the best, speedy
no
recovery. But tough for a guy, Tom, just trying to make his mark and maybe make a practice squad.
I got hurt in camp in '97. I tore my ACL, and it's a terrible feeling.
It got to be, right?
Yeah,
all of a sudden, you're out of sight, out of mind.
All that work, all that stuff, just one play, kapow, and then next thing you know, next guy up, and you're out of the way.
Knock on wood. Let's hope, that's kept to a minimum for the squad at this point. And, it's kind of the nature of the violent game that they play. All right, yep. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, Dylan Denmark here with you. It looked like Fleetwood bogeyed 18, and so we'll go into tomorrow, it appears, with a 3-way tie at 11 under between Matsuyama, Schauffele, and Fleetwood, unless there's somebody coming from way back that's going to make a run. I don't think there's enough holes left for these guys to challenge 11 under par. So you got a weekend of Olympic golf ahead of us as well. You're listening to Jaguars Today. Keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
Jacksonville, first down.
The official station of the Jaguars fans. 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
You hear that? That's the sound of your water bill tripling. Are you ready to fix the drip? Call Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services. They do it all. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O.
If you want high-quality water throughout your home, call your local water boy. We install equipment to solve any water problem. WaterBoyJax.com.
Hey folks, this is Dave Benyon with my son Ammon here from Zero Res. Ammon, you've been cleaning air ducts for a while now. What are some of the reasons customers might consider getting their air ducts cleaned?
There are many reasons. Many times, people suffer needlessly from poor indoor air quality produced by the conditions in their air system. Construction dust, the presence of bacterial growth, and years' worth of buildup all come together to make your air ducts a pretty gross place. If you suffer from allergies, have recently moved, recently remodeled, or have never had your air ducts cleaned, then now is the best time to call. By calling Zero Res, you'll have the peace of mind of knowing that you called the best of the best. Our state-of-the-art truck mount system and top-of-the-line service representatives simply can't be found anywhere else. Google Zero Res and read thousands of 5-star reviews.
So what kind of deals can I expect?
Just mention that you heard us on the radio, and we'll give you $100 off your air duct cleaning.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty great deal. Remember, folks, Zero Res,
spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
CEROREZ. Zero Res.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Joe C. for Hard Rock Bet. It's Florida's only legal sportsbook. Hard Rock Bet is the way to go. Easy sign up, fast deposits and withdrawals, PayPal, Venmo, cards, and more. They take them all. And we're talking hundreds of props, parlays, live play-by-play betting across every sport. And you can bet from anywhere in the state of Florida. If your first bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back for another shot. Download Hard Rock Bet now or go online at hardrock.bet.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window World,
simply the best for less.
And thank you for your business.
The 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris feature incredible athletes, and it's the third time the Olympics will be held in Paris. If you're planning to attend, USAPark.net Airport Parking salutes your support of our American athletes. So no matter where you're going, whether you're traveling to the Olympics to support our athletes or just visiting Grandma, remember to park at USAPark.net.
Brackish Vodka, the official vodka of UNF Athletics, 100% made in Jacksonville, is available at all local liquor stores. Visit Browdy's, Total Wine, ABC, Shores, Golden, Sahara's, Golden Ox, and more. Drink our gluten-free San Francisco Spirit award-winning vodka and see why it's the smoothest vodka you can buy. When you drink Brackish Vodka, you support all of our local employees and all the money stays in Jacksonville. Drink Brackish Vodka and live life slightly salty. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
When it comes to towing products, your safety on the road is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Whether it's a heavy-duty tow hitch, trailer frame, wiring, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjax.com to explore a range of products and schedule your installation. Cannons of Jacksonville, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. Clayton, I know you're the head diamond buyer at Underwoods, and you travel to the markets to buy diamonds. Why don't you just look at an emailed list and have them send you the diamond?
Frank, there are a couple of reasons we go straight to the source when we're selecting the diamonds we want to put the Underwood name on. First, as an expert diamond buyer, I have to see a diamond before I can really judge its beauty versus the price it's being offered at. Second, when we're at the source, we have huge selections to choose our diamonds from, so we don't have to compromise the Underwood quality standard. The result is we control what goes into our diamond stock instead of allowing a diamond dealer to send us what he wants us to have. The bottom line is we're able to offer our customers carefully selected, beautiful diamonds that we're proud to have carry the Underwood name.
Underwoods, serving excellence since 1928 in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. In his third year with the team, head coach Billy Napier provided insight on the one thing he wanted to see.
Yeah, we got to go execute our formula. You know, we haven't quite done that in all parts of our team. We need to go master our craft and continue to improve fundamentals and techniques.
FSU head coach Mike Norvell took a moment to compliment his young secondary group when asked about freshman Ricky Knight.
I think that young DB group is you're growing in their confidence. Obviously, Ricky, I've seen some great flashes.
Former FSU defensive standout Jared Verse, now a rookie with the LA Rams, is already experiencing the difference of the NFL.
It's been a lot different. You know, it's a lot faster of a game. Like, you guys are like the best in the country. Like, you guys are some of the best players in the world, so it's obviously a whole nother level. It's just a lot different of a game, but it's a lot faster, but you pick it up really quickly.
That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 10:56, it's 87 degrees. Time at 10, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
Man, camp's been great. I think yesterday, first day in pads, was a wake me up. But then today, we responded well. I seen a lot of dog in everybody, both sides of the ball. We competed really well today. And I just see another area for us to get better in next time we come out here.
That's Josh Hines Allen as Hayes Carline caught up with him. I believe that was after Wednesday's practice. And one thing I did hear driving home yesterday, Matt Hayes and Leon Searcy talking about, guys, was apparently there's a play out there where something got a little bit chippy and Walker Little, cleaned somebody's clock, basically. And, one of the defensive linemen and came flying in there. And just, Leon was saying, got to have more of that, Tom. I think that, it's not just attitude and that, but I do think, as you said, you want to instill that toughness in training camp and that this is how I want you to react when it's real and set that tone right now.
Yeah, and look, it's nothing wrong with a little fisticuffs during practice as long as nobody gets hurt. Right,
don't break your knuckle.
You don't want to break your hand or anything like that. I liked what Mason Smith, to me, he started throwing bombs. I was like, all right, this is my kind of kid. He's not asking any questions. He just run right for the head. I was like, I like this guy a lot. But Ezra Cleveland mixed it up. Walker was involved. I mean, they got after him. And then look, when there is a saying to if one of you gets in a scuffle, you all get in a scuffle, right? Yeah. If your own lineman's in trouble or just in a scuffle, you go help them out. And then the D-line, that's just how it works. So I was good. It was, what's funny about it, too, is even people in the administration, that stand around and watch, you'd say, wow, that was cool. And they were, I swear, everyone, only 3 of them I said it to, they're like, well, it's about time. We've been waiting for this to happen. So it's interesting how the talk around the team is we've been waiting for this physical stuff to happen, and now it's happening. Everyone's like, all right, I like this stuff.
Well, and so much of the reasoning for Cam Robinson remaining the left tackle for the team is that, right? Yeah. He's been the guy, the offensive lineman for the team for the past 3-4 years that you need somebody to clean the pile up. It's Cam, right? That's the guy who's running in there for the offensive line in those kind of situations. That's where the idea of he's the attitude, the toughness on the offensive line comes from, is that he's doing that kind of stuff, and we just don't see Walker doing it. Well, if that's showing up in practice now where Walker is the guy who's being willing to be the guy who's taking a guy off the I do feel like that's a big step for Walker Little going into this year. It does feel like it's probably too little too late for him as far as just in a Jaguars uniform, exactly what it might be for his future. But if that kind of thing happened 2 years ago, I don't think Cam is here. I really don't, because I don't think Cam is way better than Walker Little. I think the attitude of Cam Robinson is why they love him. It's why the coaches love him. And Walker Little just hasn't shown that aspect to his game to this point. If he had been doing that 2 years ago, I think he'd be the left tackle now.
So if he does, exhibit some of that, and you feel like his play is right there with Cam, I could absolutely see a world where, Cam, you're negotiating off a high number that you're already paying the guy. With Walker Little, he hasn't gotten that second contract. And, you don't know what the market will be, for a guy who's never seized that starting job. But if they feel like, internally he's ready to step up and be that, maybe you get him at a discount compared to what you'd have to pay another quality left tackle.
Look, every time they go out there, Cam's the left tackle with the number 1 team.
No doubt.
Yes. He's been since day one. So, again, nothing happens without reason. They don't really have to do anything with either player, right? They could, right? They could cut Cam if they had to, but they don't really have to. I mean, the money with the cap and all that. Walker, I wouldn't redo him yet. I'd want to see how he responds.
Oh, no, I'm talking about after the season. Yeah, potentially.
The season, if he has a good year.
And I think today is an example, though, Tom, Anton Harrison in the concussion protocol. You got the luxury of, all right, Walker Little may be better on the left side, but he's not a complete liability. We can put him out there. He looks to me clearly like the biggest offensive lineman they have. You know what I mean? Not just height-wise. He looks just big, broad, and hopefully he'll bring some of that nasty this year. All right, let's get a few thoughts in here on Trevor Lawrence through the eyes of Doug Peterson and his former college teammate and now his backfield teammate, Travis Etienne here. And Doug was talking about, challenging the quarterbacks that exhibit better ball security. Now's the time to learn that.
I challenge him and all the quarterbacks, because this is how I was challenged in camp. See what you can get away with now. See what type of throws you can make. Can I make that tight window throw? If it gets knocked down, if it gets picked, okay, great, that's fine, good for the defense. But then it reinforces certain things, right, from a quarterback's perspective. But maintaining aggressiveness with the ball in your hand, again, trying to make those types of throws, not careless, not poor decisions, throwing late down the middle, none of that kind of stuff, but on time rhythm throws, and let's see what he can do. So I put him in those situations, but at the same time, I also want him to understand that if there was a throw to be made and he hit back in the flat, then we can go to the film and we can look at it and go, hey, now we either have to speed up a drop. Your eyes got to be, you got to let a play develop. There's a lot of things that go into it, and with camp right now, this is the time really to kind of experiment a little bit with that kind of stuff. But at the same time, you just don't want to be reckless or careless with the ball.
Once again, fine line, right? It's like tackling to the ground. You got to do it to prep your team, but you got to keep them healthy along the lines of taking chances, taking shots. Latest tweet from John Shipley. There it is. Brian Thomas Jr. beats Jarian Jones deep for a touchdown in 7-on-7. Great release and pacing to help him get open. So more of that, please.
Yeah, I saw Mia tweeting out about that play, too, and saying that it's been a really strong day for Trevor to this point. Only incompletion in the current period was a nice pass breakup by Chad Muma. So whatever was going on that first few days out at camp has been cleared up. And talking about the taking chances, I know it's been a storyline out in San Francisco. Purdy's been throwing, a bunch of interceptions, and he said, I'm trying stuff. Right? Like, this is the time of year where we should be trying stuff. Like, I don't think that is how training camp works for quarterbacks. As long as it's not the kind of thing where it's like, why on earth would he throw that? Like, how does he not see the guy? Yeah. None of the Trevor interceptions that are heard about were, why is he throwing that there? It's maybe the placement was a little bit off.
He just underthrew him. He was late on the delivery, but it wasn't like he got confused. I'm not worried about those kind of things because those the next time he'll throw it, I think, in the right spot. I don't want to see him get confused out there, where he doesn't see that backside safety. But, look, the practice, this is what camp's about. I don't know about, the taking chances. I mean, just make completions,
Well, the thing with Purdy, I get his point of view. Yeah. He had 7 picks in back-to-back practices combined, not in 7 in each, but that's a lot.
It's a lot,
right? So there's take some chances, but win some of those chances.
It's an odd thing for Purdy too, because that's never been the MO with him.
No,
right? Like, he's protected the ball exceptionally well since he got put in that role for San Francisco.
No ayuk. See, it's all coming crashing down.
Maybe. Travis Etienne, which you just heard Coach talking about, if we got to check down. Well, if they check down, it'll probably be to Etienne. He met with the media after practice on Wednesday. He was asked about the extension that his quarterback Trevor Lawrence got this year.
I feel like that was great. I feel like it just kind of goes to show that here that the higher ups want us to be here. I feel like they kind of see the improvements that we made around here, and they kind of want to just give back and keep the core together and feel like if we just keep doing what we're doing, we'll have a real chance to win the Super Bowl.
Well, let's see what you do this year collectively. I don't think it's completely out of the question that Travis Etienne gets an extension here, but I don't think it's, I could see it playing out any number of ways, right? Based on the nature of the position. You're already paying your quarterback. You're paying your edge rusher. You got another edge rusher who's going to be coming up. You just paid your top corner who you hope is a lockdown guy. Everybody can't have a top of the market contract. It's, just not going to work that way. One more from Etienne on Trevor. Just said basically he's the same guy that I've always known. He hasn't changed personality-wise. Money hasn't made him a different guy than the guy I knew at Clemson.
Yeah, most definitely. That's what I love about Trev. I feel like nothing much really changed. I feel like he's still the same humble guy that he's been to being. I feel like although he has everything he can have worldly, I feel like it never changed who he was in his heart. And I feel like that's why guys out here just able to go out there and just play for him, because I feel like he's a great guy, great person, and I feel he's going to be a great father. So I feel like I just love to just be with him, and I feel like that's why we're able to go out there and just get behind him through the ups and downs and be able to just keep pushing forward.
All right, a little bit more from Travis Etienne as the hour plays out. Josh Hines-Allen as well.
It's very powerful when you really love your QB, like your team does. You got your leader, you got your guy, you believe in him, You know what I mean? That's a great thing to have within a team, especially in the NFL, in my opinion.
Was that the way it was with Brunell?
Brunell was the rock star, and you wanted nothing but greatness out of him and wanted to protect him at all costs.
He delivered for you.
He delivered.
He
was our guy, man.
He was tough.
He was our guy, big time, and we could win. We felt really confident with him as our QB.
All right, let's go to the lines here. Garber Automall phone line, 641-1010. Our man Fan Cam wants to check in and see what's on his mind this morning. Good morning, Cam.
Hey, good morning, guys. I'm excited for tomorrow to get to rock and roll with the Founders. I'm glad the Jags are starting to do some events for the folks that have been with them for 30 years now. It's quite a commitment, both financially and emotionally, and we appreciate the stuff they're doing for us. And I just wanted to thank you guys for we had a great chili breakfast, and more than a couple people came up to me and expressed their gratitude for you, Tommy, and Mike, and the way you guys interacted with fans, took pictures, and just anything they wanted. And more than a couple people mentioned how cool that was. So I appreciate all you guys have done for the chili breakfast and for Jaguars fans as a whole. And just remember, Tommy, ain't no qualms when you're drinking bombs. You guys have a great weekend.
Oh, there you go. Cam auditioning for maybe a producer role on the program right there. So, yeah, look, that's we were just talking about, you're just talking about on the break how you're eating more jasmine rice these days.
I am.
That's Fan Cam's specialty.
Yeah,
man.
it's good stuff.
Chili on jasmine. It was really exceptional this year.
It was great
Always
this
is,
year,
by
no
the
doubt.
way.
Demetrius Harvey, just a few minutes ago, defensive lineman Deshaun Dixon, hurt, now being attended to by trainers. Needed some help getting off the field. It was during one-on-one reps out of practice this morning. So, you know, they go into the real intense practice. It's not surprising that some guys are going to get banged up out there as they hit a little bit more intensely today than they have previously out at camp. But we'll keep an eye on all these guys as they've had a few guys go down today.
O-line just too physical, Tone. That's what it is. Just you can't handle these guys. Look, I feel like they're having a good day based on the reports, and what I want to see. You know, I mean, I think that's the biggest question mark this team has, and rightfully so. You know, somebody called the other day and said, this offensive line is going to be terrible. I don't think you can say that. No. You may be right. Yeah. But you're totally guessing, you know, and I understand the formula in their head, why they think they're going to be better.
Yeah.
Is that formula correct?
Right.
Find out against Miami.
Look, they're going against each other, so a lot of it is guessing right now.
Sure.
You know, it's educated, but it's guessing. Let's see. It's just part of the process.
Get a better look the week after next against the Bucs.
Teams, right? You're going to watch them play against other teams. Next thing you know, the regular season will be here, and they'll be kicking it off at Miami.
We don't need to hear Vita Vea is destroying everybody over the course of 2 days.
No, definitely. That'll be a good test, man. I bet you that'll be pretty fired up practices.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You know, you as they say, you get tired of hitting your own guys, and time to lay the lumber on somebody else. All right, we'll come back. We'll go around the National Football League and find out what's happening in other camps right now, and we'll also hear more from Jaguars star pass rusher Josh Hines-Allen. That's coming your way on Jaguars Today, straight ahead on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL. Now, a 1010XL Summer Olympic Update brought to you by
USAPark.net Airport Parking.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2024 Summer Games. Simone Biles becomes the first U.S. gymnast with 6 gold medals. She wins the individual all-around for the second time after pulling out of the final in Tokyo.
3 years ago, I never thought I'd step foot on a gymnastics floor again just because of everything that had happened. But at the end of the day, it is crazy that I am in the conversation of greatest of all athletes because I just still think I'm Simone Biles from Spring, Texas that loves to flip.
At 27, Biles is the oldest woman to win the all-around since 1952. Suni Lee takes the bronze. In the pool, Katie Ledecky gets the silver as part of the 200-meter freestyle relay, her 13th Olympic medal, a record for American women. And 57 straight Olympic wins for the U.S. women's basketball team to lock up a spot in the quarterfinals. With this Summer Games update, I'm Brad Heller, Westwood One Sports.
Life hack number 7. Get an iPhone 12 on Straight Talk.
Life hack.
Here's how it works. You walk into Walmart, go to the electronics section, ask for iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system, and select a new Silver Unlimited plan. They'll smile because it's a good plan. You get real unlimited data all for just $20 a month for the whole first year. Get it at Walmart or StraightTalk.com. Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Taxes and fees apply. Requires activation of iPhone 12 and a new Silver Unlimited plan or higher end auto pay enrollment. $25 a month service credit applied for up to 12 months if eligibility requirements are met. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not a rate based on Terry who keeps and makes the car behind them. Oh no, they're about to. Save with DriveWise and the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you.
Not available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Daytona always brings the drama.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide.
Look how insane this is.
Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never.
It's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go through.
For an unforgettable weekend of family fun, high-wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Former Jaguars corner and first-year head football coach at Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows, K-12, Aaron Beasley here. Are you looking for an A-rated K-12 school prioritizing academics, arts, and athletics? Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows offers a rigorous curriculum to develop strong minds with an additional focus on growing good hearts. DCSB has been an A school for 8 years, and our tuition is free. Now enrolling. Apply at baymeadowscharter.org.
What are the only 2 cities to host 3 editions of the Olympic Games?
Southern Oak Insurance knows that you want to save money on your homeowner's insurance. So why not try some old-fashioned common sense? Ask your Southern Oak agent about our roof replacement schedule. It will save you money.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
With Paris hosting the 2024 Summer Olympics, they join London as the only other city to host 3 different Olympics.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
If you're looking for custom metalwork, look no further than Superior Fence and Rail. Whether it's custom railing, shade structures, or custom entry gates, their expert team controls the turnkey process. From CAD design and raw metal to powder-coated finish and expert installation. When you choose Superior Fence and Rail for your custom metal project, you get a project that's, well, superior. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail today.
Hey gang, Hicken here for Zero Res. Man, it is hot outside this time of the year. Many of us are staying inside or going to the pool. Well, my friends at Zero Res are also heating things up. As you know, Zero Res does a great job of cleaning carpets and rugs. But they also clean luxury vinyl planking, tile and grout, fine stone and hardwood floors. And right now, the hottest price of the year, 25% off all hardwood cleaning. That's 25% off tile, LVP, fine stone, and hardwood floors. Zero Res, man, spell it forward. Zero Res, spell it backward. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
The restaurant of the day is Flame Broiler. Try the happy hour special, a mini chicken bowl with a drink for just $6.45. Order online at flamebroilerusa.com or check out one of 5 locations across town. Flame Broiler, simply healthy.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. You know, pool design has come a long way, and if your pool is outdated, Stanley Pools specializes in bringing older pools up to date for the whole family to enjoy. That's why I did it a few years ago, and man, I love the way my pool looks now after we added travertine pavers and so much else. Stanley Pools has been serving our community since 1988. So call them today at 269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Hicken here for About 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of About 9. Visit About 9 Associates today and experience the difference. About 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
When you're hungry for midday sports talk, share a table with helmets and heels.
It's a bad idea to travel on an empty stomach.
Mia, Lauren, and Taylor.
We like hungry.
Switched on by First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Noon to 2 weekdays on 1010XL.
Right now, they're on their way to ruin your day. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. And if you're not prepared, you will suffer. Yes, it's that time of the year. Heat and humidity are attacking North Florida. But help is at hand. Call Mike Merritt's Heating and Air Conditioning. Mike Merritt has a license to chill and lets you maintain your comfort zone at a bargain price. How? Mike Merritt stands ready to help, routine or emergencies. And Mike Merritt knows emergencies can happen at any time. So with Mike, there's never any overtime charges. And Mike's team works without commissions. Merritt will never try to sell you parts you don't need. You can't trust just anyone with a truck. Call Mike Merritt, the company North Florida has trusted for 35 years. Call today. License number CAC 050384.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and you've got so much going on Atlantic near Regency. Greg, tell them about the boats that you have.
I'll tell you, we've got a full line of coach pontoons, and we just got the new Honda Seabrook series. It's a 19-foot center console, all with legendary Honda outboards.
And that means you can get on the water, you can enjoy a smooth ride, and great Honda technology.
Absolutely. You'll never be left behind with a Honda.
And don't forget, Scout Pontoon Boats. They're both there on the lot. Check them out. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency or cyclesofjacksonville.com.
Don't ignore unusual aches or new pains down there. Be proactive and get screened at Ackerman Urology for common cancers of the prostate, bladder, or kidneys. Early detection is the key. With 5 locations across Northeast Florida, visit ackermanurology.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. He's number 55.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
I can make every play on the field. You know, that's the position that I'm put in at all times, and, you know, learn the capabilities that I can and will do it. Stop the run, be able to rush the passer, just, you know, execute your technique, man. If I can do that well, I can dominate.
That's why they're paying me all that money, says Josh Hines Allen with Hayes Carline earlier this week, and we'll hear more from Hines
and
Allen.
Apparently, he's been all over the place this morning.
That's great.
Yeah.
Love to hear it, man. Hey, look, you're paying your stars to be stars.
That's right.
Or you're paying your guys. Like, I feel like a 17.5 sack season, I don't care what the national perception is, that qualifies you as a pass rushing star in the National Football League.
Absolutely.
So I feel like he has earned that stardom label. I don't think Trevor has. I don't think Tyson Campbell has. But they're anticipating that they will.
They will be, right.
So let's hope.
And now you got to back it up. You always got to back that up when you get big deals like that.
Quick update, Deshaun Dixon back out on the field.
Good.
So
Nice.
that's good. It doesn't, like, you hear injury. All right. You know, it's natural to think, it's a backup. Better than, you know, one of the frontline guys, but you don't want any of these guys to go down. You want them to each have an equal chance to show what they're capable of doing, make the team. So happy that Deshaun Dixon able to get back out there. Both me, O'Brien, Demetrius Harvey weighing in on that on the X platform. All right, before we get more Josh Hines Allen, and let's get more Tony Smith in as we take a quick look around the rest of the NFL.
Now, Gems Around the NFL. Brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Tennessee wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins is expected to miss the next 4 to 6 weeks, including camp, preseason work. We'll see how much regular season time that might indicate he misses due to a knee injury he suffered in practice this week. Los Angeles Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert has been diagnosed with a plantar fascia injury in his right foot. Herbert will be wearing a walking boot the next 2 weeks, but is expected to be ready for the start of the regular season. Cleveland running back Deonta Foreman was immobilized after suffering a direct blow to the head that resulted in neck pain before getting transported to a hospital to undergo further evaluation yesterday. The Browns said in a statement, X-rays and CT scans for Foreman came back negative. He was released from the hospital yesterday afternoon. Cincinnati edge rusher Trey Hendrickson is considered week to week. Ian Rappaport reported that he is dealing with a chest bruise. Cincinnati defensive end Sam Hubbard is week to week with a knee injury. Another Bengals defensive end, Cameron Sample, was carted off the field yesterday with an apparent leg injury. Bengals offensive lineman Amarius Mims was carted off to the locker room with a towel over his neck. Mims didn't say why he was carted off, but did say he would be back at practice today. And Atlanta signed quarterback Nathan Rourke after he was released by the New York Giants earlier this week.
We missed our window. We missed our window, Pockets. What's going on with that? I think Mims, in a follow-up tone, he did say it was heat-related. It wasn't injury-related.
It all sounded like it.
Yeah. The dude weighs 340.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's going to have a few heat-related issues.
We get hot from time to time.
You would think that would be the case for sure. Deontay Foreman. Anytime they got to bring the helicopter.
Yeah.
You're like, you're hoping for the best because they took him off the field in an ambulance to the parking lot, and then they stopped and they're like, no, we need the life flight to come in.
Whoa.
And they took him to the hospital, and he passed all the tests, and everything's great. I mean, that's your life, man. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, he's no superstar or anything like that.
Yeah, no.
Just that's the rest of your life, being able to play with your kids and all that kind of stuff. So glad to hear that turned out to be kind of a false alarm.
Mm-hmm.
And, hopefully.
Definitely.
Those are the ones. I mean, guys break legs, guys break ankles, guys tear up knees.
No, right.
It sucks.
Right.
But
it's not your life.
All right, let's get back to our man, Josh Hines Allen. Love it. He's been out there kind of muscling up, Tommy. He came in the league at like 255, and I think he might be north of 280 right now. He's big, right?
Big boy.
And you're going to play in a 4-3 situation. You got to take on those linemen a little bit more. And he was asked by Hayes Carline, how much muscle has he put on this offseason?
A lot, but it's good. I put on a lot of good weight, man, and I'm still moving as fluent as ever.
What's your playing weight now?
Wherever I'm at.
Okay.
Where I'm at, I got a good range, but, for me, man, as long as I can, still be fast, still be quick off the ball, and now I put on a little bit more weight, man, you can feel the power that come behind it now. So, I'm excited about it, and, stay healthy too.
Hey, he wears it well. He still doesn't want to give a number, though, right?
Yeah,
right. I respect that. I understand that. What are you weighing, Dempsey? You don't want to know.
Yeah.
No, you may want to know.
Whatever the scale says.
Right, whatever if the scale can handle me today. So, look, as long as he's moving, fine, right? Like, I feel like a lot of running backs come into the league and they try to bulk up because I'm dealing with bigger, faster, stronger. And then they realize after that first or second year, like, no, I got to go the other way.
Right.
I got to get quicker. And I trust Josh Allen, though. I think we all do. It's been,
He should. What is he? 27?
Is he that old?
I don't even
26.
know that he's that
I mean,
old,
he's in his prime like that. Are you kidding me? He should feel like Superman.
Allen. If I clicked it, Tony, if my computer would go,
if
I
he's
would have
even younger than that, I mean, that's fantastic.
He is 27.
He's in his prime, man. He should feel like Superman. And I tell you, his counterpart looks the part, too, Trayvon. That guy looks insanely big and in good shape. Hey, look, it is different when you're a 4-3 D end, right? As opposed to a 3-4 outside back. You're probably going to take on more double teams.
Yeah.
Right? They don't really double your team unless you're pass rush. You get a chip and that kind of thing. But
just give us a chance to get those. To have Eric Armstead full go, ready to go to start the season and keep all these guys healthy, I could be potentially a special unit.
Well, and keep in mind, the first Pro Bowl Josh made was playing that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he wasn't playing stand-up linebacker at that point in time. Now, granted, that defensive line was stacked with the guys that were around him, so that obviously helped that situation early on in his career. But he was also asked by Hayes a couple days ago about matching up in Cam Robinson and just how that has looked early on in camp.
It works both ways, man. We compete every day. One day he'll give me next play, I'll get him. You know what I mean? So at that moment, I just, worked my technique and, again, had that little power behind me. But, again, what did he do? What did he do wrong in his technique that made me do that? So it's about correcting and moving forward. There's areas where I can improve on that rush as well, staying up. But overall, I think it was a good learning rep from both of us, and, can't wait to do it again.
And Tom, to just kind of go along with what you were saying, he was asked about Trayvon Walker, the strides that he is making, and just weighed in on that aspect as well.
Just playing fast. Obviously we're handed the same way I feel about playing a new position. He's played this position before. So for him to just pick up on it quicker, just the technique area of it. But pass rushing wise, he has every ability to do it. You know, and he's doing it. He's taking the next stride, and we're working together. He's rushing really well. He's planning out his rushes. You know, so, you know, I'm excited to rush with him. I'm excited to rush with Eric, D-Ham, Roy. We got a lot of guys that can really get after it this year, and I'm excited to start going. But we got to stop the run.
Got to stop the run, no question about it. It always starts with that, right? Even though it's a passing league, wouldn't you say? Or
well, you got to stop the run when you have to stop the run. I mean, it is a passing league, but we know how they protect leads. They know how they run down the clock. They run the football. And if you can't stop the run, you're not going to get out of that situation. So it's extremely important. He mentioned Ham and he mentioned Roy Robertson. Harry, I tell you, I think that Mason Smith, I think he's got a chance to play a lot of snaps for that defensive line. If he can, he's got to hone in a few things, I would imagine. But as a project, size, the speed, the tenacity, he's got the right temperament. He could see himself in a very good situation on that defensive line.
He's got the raw material. Let's see what
Without
he does
a
with
doubt.
it. The latest from John Shipley. Tank Bigsby with a nice touchdown run in team drills, broke loose to the right and found an alley. He was pumped up. I'll tell you this. Nobody in the fantasy football community wants to hear this, right? Because they're like, oh, yeah, well, that's what they said last year. Well, there are reasons why Tank Bigsby got in the doghouse last year. It's clear they want him to have a bigger role, take some of the burden off Travis Etienne, and Bigsby has looked for the second offseason in a row. He's looked really good.
To me, he looks more confident, though, just the way he's running, the way he's hitting the hole. Look, we all know in that zone blocking scheme, it's you got to take one cut and go, whichever that may be, front side of the middle or back side, and you got to be very defiant and suddenness, right? Like Coach Ingram said, that being able to get upfield. So, yeah, I see a lot of good things out of Tank. Again, I think the thing last year that, aside from when he stood there and the guy knocked the ball out of his hands was the short yardage and goal line, him getting, pretty much stoned, not winning those battles. Mm-hmm. But hopefully this year, he learns how to slide a little bit. Don't have to take it head on.
A little better push up front.
Yeah, just a little bit more opportunity, and I think you'll see some good things out of number 4.
All right, when we come back here, final segment of the week, we'll take a look at the dueling questions of the day. Your biggest takeaway from the first week and a half of training camp, and then Gainesville or Orlando. What's your preference for the Jags to play their home games in 2027? Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, Dylan Denmark. Jaguars Today rolls on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Awaken 180 Weight Loss. You know what? It's not always smooth sailing every single day. Some days you step on the scale and you're like, wow, I put on a couple of pounds. If you ever get out of sorts with Awaken 180, the beautiful thing is once you hit your goal weight, you're going to get free support and coaching for life and those little course corrections. Hey, what did you eat this week? What did you do? What time did you eat? And they have experts that have been doing this for years that know how to tweak your formula and get you right back on pace. And it's a beautiful thing because that's a big selling point with Awaken 180 Weight Loss is not only losing the weight, but having the ability to keep it off long-term, change your life, change the way you think about eating, change your eating habits, and all those things have happened with me. They've happened with Hacker, they've happened with Matt Hayes, and everyone I know personally that has tried the Awaken 180 system has had success. You could be next. 844-346-1800 will connect you with Awaken 180 Weight Loss, or go online and schedule a free consultation at awaken180weightloss.com.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe here with your daily reminder to get on Tropic Time. Take 10. Sip a refreshing smoothie and manifest that you're a cabana side. Slade hot yoga? Treat yourself. Crushed back-to-back meetings? Get that me time. Adulted a little extra today? You deserve a vacay. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. And look who's back and causing a stir. Our refreshing Island Punch, Mango Berry Cosmo, and Watermelon Mojito mocktail smoothies are here for a limited time.
Vegas, baby. This is Taylor Dahl from Helmets and Heels, and we're sending one lucky listener to Circa Resort and Casino this December. Win a free 3-night stay with $200 food and beverage beverage credit, plus a daybed at Stadium Swim. With 6 temperature-controlled pools and a massive 143-foot screen at Circa, you'll huddle up with the Heels at the overhang bar for our pregame tailgates on Friday with drink specials and giveaways. For a chance to win this all-in package to Circa with Helmets and Heels, enter at 1010XL.com/Vegas.
And if you've already booked your flight to Vegas for the big game and are still searching for accommodations, Circa Resort and Casino has a special rate just for Jacksonville fans. Mia here, and for just $500, get a 3-night stay at Circa, $200 in food and beverage credit, plus a day bed at Stadium Swim. With 6 temperature-controlled pools and a massive screen, it's the world's largest hot tub party. The all-in package is only available till August 30th, so act now. Book and join the Heels in Vegas. Visit CircaLasVegas.com today.
Clean air, cool air, both are extremely important. Trust Florida Home AC to deliver on both with their Remy Halo, the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and breathe clean and cool air.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We can get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we can take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Join the fun with XL Primetime, Tuesday, August 6th at Firehouse Subs in San Marco. Get pictures and autographs from Jags players, cheerleaders, and Jackson DeVille. Tuesday, August 6th, 2 to 4 at Firehouse Subs in San Marco.
Hunters Know Patience is part of the game.
Just got to keep hunting.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Faber, and Captain Kirk Waltz on the Nimnicht Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
At Honda, we appreciate all the comparisons to other vehicles. And no matter how many times they compare their vehicles to a Honda, only a Honda is a Honda. Remember, value, quality, safety, there is no substitute. Visit your local Honda dealer now and experience the difference.
Hello, sports fans. Hicken here. Let's talk skin. I and Beaches Dermatology are reminding you to wear your sunscreen. If you're an active parent hanging at the fields, in your boat to fish, or like to chill at the sandbar, wear sunscreen. But if you're the one that decided for years it's not cool, guess what? Cancer isn't cool either. So when grabbing the clubs for your tea time, gassing up the boat, or grabbing the chairs for your kids' games, make sure you bring the screen. Any concerns now? Give Beaches Dermatology a call online at beachesdermatology.com.
For over 40 years, Play It Again Sports has served its customers with a winning, sustainable shopping model. Could say, we were recycling before recycling was cool. Save on quality used sporting goods for baseball, softball, lacrosse, hockey, golf, tennis, and more. Or sell us your gently used gear. We buy all sports, all seasons, and offer cash on the spot. Stop by Play It Again Sports today on Merrill Road near 295 or online at playitagainsports.com.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Quarterback Trevor Lawrence spoke recently on his receivers ahead of the season, feeling confident with his veterans and looking to keep building the chemistry with the rookies so everyone is ready to go.
Like you said about Christian, obviously he's such a big part of our offense because at times the big play guy plays down the field, but the more the value is play in, play out, the consistency piece and getting guys prepared. I think Parker Washington's taken some huge steps this offseason and getting ready, and now he knows the system like the back of his hands, playing fast. But yeah, Gabe and Brian, those are two guys. It takes a while to build that chemistry on the field, just timing and all that stuff. And the more you see, the more looks you talk through together. I think that's where we're at now. It's going great, but we got to continue to build that every day.
Sound courtesy of the NFL Network. I'm Molly McDonald with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. You're Mackin' with Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
All right, final few minutes of the program here. A couple of notes here. One from the desk of Gene Fournette, tweeting this out. This was 13 minutes ago. I haven't seen anybody else mention this, so hopefully it's just not a big deal. Said some attrition setting in at Jags camp. First Murtaugh, who we talked about. Then Dixon walked off slowly, and now Cam Robinson walks away and bent over, getting looked at. Haven't seen any follow-up from anybody else on that. Doesn't mean it's anything significant.
Right.
You know, Mia O'Brien typically stays to the end out there. I know Lauren Brooks already back in the building, so I'm sure if there's something, Mia will have that for you on Helmets and Heels coming up, which, by the way, I should note, we were talking yesterday, Tony, I made the offhand comment about, somebody on Helmets and Heels said that it was Ryan Nielsen who may have been the MVP of the first week of camp, right? And in a sense, because the defense was so dominant, the players were all raving about it. It was Lauren who actually said that. I couldn't remember which of the lady said that. And Lauren sidled up to me today and said, by the way, I said that. So.
Yeah. I'm guessing with no other reports about the Cam thing that it was just a momentary thing.
Hopefully so, but just want to note it because it's out there.
And like with the Dixon thing, he was helped off by teammates and a trainer, right? I did see Josh Hines Allen was like helping him get up, like that kind of thing, and then helped off by a trainer. He came back in. His first rep, apparently, when he got back in, had a tackle for loss of ETN.
Yeah.
During the team period. So he's okay, but when these guys go down, it's just hard to tell, especially when we're not there.
And Cam just walked off. He didn't say he went down or anything like that, or he was being attended to, or, being looked at, but not anything seemingly that big a deal. Let's hope that it's not that big a deal. All right, let's look at today's questions of the day here. Tom, we'll start with you. Your biggest takeaway from the first week and a half of training camp?
Much more physical than they were last year, without a doubt, in my opinion. The defense did dominate before the pads came on, but I think that offensive line equalized it out. We didn't see today in person. We're hearing about it, but no, I think the physicality, and I think the O-line's looking pretty physical.
I love to hear that from you because I know you've been critical in past seasons about not having physical enough practices. I'm not seeing that nastiness, not getting that push. For me, it probably is Ryan Nielsen. Just the overall way that I feel like the entire mindset of the defense has changed. I feel like the competition at every level has been really good. I think the cornerback room has shown us more than maybe we anticipated right away. Excited about what that front seven can do. So, and the players all seem to respond to, we don't want to sit back on our heels.
Nope.
If we're going to get beat, let's get beat. Moving forward, being aggressive. Right. Tony, for you, what's been the biggest takeaway?
Yeah, I think the Nielsen effect is probably the biggest one, right? And just the attitude on that side of the ball seems to have changed with Nielsen and what he's asking these guys to do. I would add, after the first few days when we had a group of the fan base that was willing to be really nervous about what's going on with Trevor, right? And I wasn't one of those who was expressing it that way, as we've talked about throughout the process here on the show. But I think what you've seen from Trevor Lawrence since the pads went on a few days ago into today, it just confirms my thought on Trevor going into this season. I've been very solidly on I think we're going to get a breakout year from Trevor Lawrence. That's my expectation for Trevor Lawrence. And I get that it was a whole lot harder to say that 6 days ago than it is today, after the pads went on and the way that he's played here for the last 2 or 3 days out there in camp. So I would say Nielsen would be the top of it, but I would add my confidence in Trevor Lawrence remains as high as it ever was.
The bonus question, Jags are asking, and so will we, where would you prefer for the Jags to play their home games in 2027? Do you have a preference, Tom? Orlando v. Gainesville?
I wish neither was the option, but I'd probably go Gainesville. A little closer.
Okay.
I was just in Orlando, though, and it's just a mess down there. There's too many people. People everywhere. So, I'd probably go.
I don't disagree. Look, for me, it's 60-40, by the way, Gainesville ahead of Orlando.
Oh, really?
And I'm sure it is the proximity is a big thing. But again, got a lot of back roads, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
But, I heard the guys talking about on the drill this morning, one wreck on I-4 and you who knows how long.
Or 95.
I am really hoping, Tony, that yours truly, yourself, and the rest of the pregame crew will be hanging out in the Miller Electric Center regardless of where we are. And so really, I'll abstain from the voting because if I'm not traveling, it's all the same to me.
That's right.
Baby. Whatever makes it easy for Jaguar fandom.
I know I have a couple of friends that are season ticket holders, and we've had that kind of discussion about what they're looking at for that season and what they would prefer between those spots. And the few people that I know that are in that situation told me Orlando would be where they would rather the team be playing.
If I was traveling, Orlando's so much easier for me. Being at the butt end of St. Johns County, man. I just hop on 95 and
You're there in no time.
It's really easy. But regardless, we'll see how that all plays out. We'll get to some other questions from the week, Tom, but we got Darren wants to weigh in about the physicality of practice in training camp. Darren, you're on Jaguars Today. What's up?
Hey, guys. Happy Friday. And, yes, Nielsen is a coach that wears cleats to coach his guys. And the attitude that is just being brought, I want somebody to tackle somebody hard, and then two or three other guys get up and shove the other. I'm happy about it. I wanted this nasty. It's great to have a few choir boys and have guys of high character, but you can have that too. Tony Baselli is the greatest example of it, and Leon Searcy. So I'm happy about what we're seeing and what we're hearing about training camp. And, man, that's just going to bring a whole new attitude and nastiness, and I want a little bit of Jaguar nasty. Come on, guys.
All right, Darren. Well, let's hope it translates like that.
Listen, I mean, the D is doing great. There's no doubt. But I think led by Scherf, I think the O-line is really – I think they took it to heart. They heard all offseason how soft they were and how non-physical they were. And, I mean, I don't know. I can see an attitude out of Brandon that looks contagious. It does. You see Ezra getting a little feisty. Mitch Morse, we knew Cam, like you said, he's got it in him. Anton's got it in him. So I just think overall you had to be a more physical team, and they're trying to be a more physical team. And how do you do that? You be physical in practice.
To be fair, I feel like coach wearing cleats is similar to somebody wearing spikes out at the Players' Championship who's not involved in the actual tournament.
Yeah.
That's me.
By the way, Mark Long 2 minutes ago tweeted out Jaguars left tackle Cam Robinson left practice with a shoulder injury.
Okay,
so
that's all right.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's hope.
Yep.
He'll be all right. We'll
got two of them.
Yeah, two shoulders, two left tackles potentially as well. But I hate this with Anton and the concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Cam. With the shoulder tomorrow, probably neither one of them be available for practice tomorrow.
Mason Foster gets a chance to shine.
I understand.
It's good. They'll be back. They'll be back.
Tommy, a couple questions from earlier this week that we put out there. One, what best matches your expectation for Devin Lloyd this year? Here are your options.
Okay.
Breakout season incoming, modest improvement, solid player at best, or disappointment?
Yeah, first one.
Breakout season.
Yeah, I think he's ready. I mean, I thought he I think he's good. I think he had a good rookie year. He backed it up a pretty good year. I think he's. I don't know about him playing Mike. Mike's just a lot of stuff. A lot to know.
Let me ask: is it going to matter that much if they're playing a lot of 4-2-5?
Not in the 4-2-5. No.
It seems like there's going to be an awful lot of
that. Well, that's because you got to match up the three wides, right?
Right, and you've got a lot. You got depth at safety.
Yeah.
And obviously, I mean, Savage. I still think of Savage as a safety, even though he looks like he'll be the nickel in this defense.
And I understand if you want to free up Aluakin. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a tackling machine, so let's let him just go make a bunch of tackles and not worry about taking on those guards and centers as much.
All right, so. Given a choice, if you could pick a defensive player to have a breakout season, okay? Tyson Campbell, Devin Lloyd, Trayvon Walker, somebody else. If you could say this guy is going to have a season that is significantly better than anything he's done so far, who would that guy be?
I think
for you?
Trayvon Walker's going to have a monster year.
But is that who you would pick? If you could say, this guy's going to have it, whoever, I mean, it may be Trayvon. I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Trayvon's going to have a monster year.
Understand, but we're not asking. I'm not asking you who you think's going to have a monster year. I'm saying if you could pick a guy to have a monster year, and guarantee that he's going to have that breakout season, is Trayvon still the answer?
Trayvon's my answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, he had a really good year last year, but it was kind of towards the end of the year where he really came out. So I'm expecting a full year of him creating havoc in the backfield.
More people pick that. I picked Tyson Campbell.
Trayvon, by the way, speaking after practice today, and there was somebody that was asking about playing defensive end instead of linebacker. He's like, I'm not going to miss dropping into coverage. Like he already said it this morning. He's like, let's leave that
Move forward.
in the past.
Too much thinking. Too much thinking. I get it.
All right, Dylan, let's put a bow on it.
Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, I think the word of the day may be physicality, right? Jags hitting to the ground had some, based on some of the reports, some good offensive line success early on. The only thing I worry about is you start to get this accumulation of guys getting nicked up here and there. It's inevitable, but, you got one tackle in the concussion protocol now. You got Cam dealing with some kind of shoulder issue, and we'll see how. Hopefully, it's no big deal, and it's it's a little twinge or whatever. But that's where my fear is. It is part of the thing,
It's
right? But I kind of hold my breath throughout the preseason because of that.
Yeah, look, I don't know. I mean, you see guys get hurt all different kinds of ways, right? I've seen guys get hurt in the weight room in the off season that cost them their career, or get hurt in practice when nobody touches you, just make a cut, or in a pile up, your body gets twisted certain ways and that kind of thing. But you got to have some physical. I tell you this, God bless my dad, but he would always tell me, even when I was in grammar school, if you out-hit the opponent, you have a chance to win. I don't care what level we're talking about. If you can out-physical your opponent, you'll give yourself the best chance to win. So, I mean, look, it comes with the territory, but, you could get hurt in week one and miss a whole year, too.
There's no doubt. Look, I'm not saying you have to put the guys in bubble wrap. It's just, just hoping for the best.
Right. No, I'm with you. You don't, when you hear Cam, you hear Anti, you're like,
right. These are guys these are frontline guys that we need, especially on that unit that we have questions about heading into the year. The other thing for me, Tone, this is sprinkling more of Brian Thomas here and there, just making a big play, and doesn't have to be a 1,500-yard guy. It'd be nice if he was, but if you can mix in some of those big plays, one big play a week can go a long way towards changing how defenses are going to line up against you.
I'm just imagining what the conversation around the team's going to be if Brian Thomas Jr. is having a 1,500-yard season.
Jeez.
Right? Like, if he's playing at that kind of level as a rookie,
masterclass.
We're going to think what? We're going to think another Jefferson out of LSU, right?
Time for Balky to get a $200 million extension. Come on.
By the way, I mean, not to plug it, but I'm going to talk on my podcast. These two, this rookie year, I mean, this draft class and last year, if last year's comes, like Tank comes to, and this, they can have some pretty significant players out of the last two draft classes, man. I think it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Brenton Strange, got to stay, if he stays healthy, if Tank does what they expect him to do.
Antonio Parker, I mean, those, that's a good class.
Right. If you get
those
four
guys
contributors, then that's five right there that we named potentially. All right. So I hope to see a bunch of you out there tomorrow. Thanks to LB for picking up a training camp practice, the stadium practice pass, so I don't have to go through will call tomorrow. I appreciate the small things in life, but look, it's a great opportunity to be out there. It's on the weekend, Tone. We run into people all the time say, I've never been in that stadium.
Yep.
Lived in Jacksonville my whole life. Well, here's a free opportunity.
That's
go
right.
check out your team.
Take advantage.
Go to Jaguars.com/training camp. Make sure that you get your ticket scheduled, squared away online, and you'll be good to go. Tommy Mack, have a great weekend.
Yes, sir.
And I'll see you back out there at camp next week to be sure.
For sure. You're not going to see me tomorrow.
I know
I'm
not.
Okay.
I didn't want to necessarily state it that definitively.
That's all right. It's for the fans. The fans should go.
A week from tomorrow, we got the Chiefs, so
that's right,
we're that
baby.
close to
Can't
everything. Tony, awesome work all week. Likewise, Dylan Denmark. I hate giving any kind of credit and acknowledgement, but hard to avoid the great work that you guys both have done. That'll do it for us. Helmets and Heels coming up next, so stick around for the latest on camp today, including what's going on if we have any further news on Cam Robinson dealing with a little bit of a shoulder issue in practice today. That'll do it. This has been Jaguars Today. We'll be back Monday from 10 to noon on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
I told y'all to get off a kilo.
Jaguars Today. You're at the home of the Jaguars.